Planet Fitness. Those words conjure up a lot of images for a lot of people. I want to dig into this with my opinion, observations, and things that I have found through time. Planet Fitness, as the name states, is a fitness place. It's not a gym for gym rats, it's not a powerlifting club, it's not a bodybuilding gym. It's a general fitness type environment. So with that said, if you look at their business model, it's quite unique and profitable. And the reason I say that is they cater to the general population. You know, if you look up bodybuilding and powerlifting, even combined, I would imagine it's less than 5% of the population, no more than 10%. So what they've done is capitalize on the 90% that are out there and using it as a fitness place to go to maybe lose some weight, maybe change your body as far as being more fit, maybe being more functional in your movements. It's not to do body transformations like other gyms where you're going to get on stage, do a competition, or you're getting cut, swole, ripped, jacked. Those things happen at Planet Fitness, in my opinion, but it's a very small minority of the community there. Let me also point out that with their business model, they price point it so that people that buy a membership are more likely to keep it even if they don't go, because it's cheap enough just to give you the bragging rights to say you have a gym membership. So in your mind, you're going to think, I'll get back in there one day. Also, when you look at this, they offer for the black card, the tanning, massage beds, massage chairs, trainers, and allowing you to bring a guest anytime and every time you want. There's not a lot of other gyms that offer this for that kind of money. And the hydro beds, from what I'm finding, are water jet beds that chiropractic offices use for massage therapy. So for one price a month, you can go as often as you want and have this massage bed available to you and not pay your chiropractor. So it's really unique in how they've set this up. Another thing that they do is they offer, and you didn't hear this from me, but their $10 a month model is going away. It's going to be $15 a month. But still, for $15 a month, having access to a gym that could be open 24 hours a day, at least 5 days a week, because there are a lot of Planet Fitnesses that are set up that way, gives you alternatives to other places that may not offer those hours. So if you're a late night person or an early morning person and you need to get in a gym at odd hours, you have that availability. Also want to speak to the cardio equipment. A lot of us look at that place and say, God, half of it's cardio. Where's all the other equipment? Well, here's my thoughts on that. I believe when this model started back in the late 90s and they started building clubs, that the doctors' philosophies then, and still are today for a lot of doctors, the way you get in shape is through cardiovascular activity. This cardiovascular activity is prescribed by doctors as an old school thought on how to be healthy. We're finding, as I said, that in new studies and research that this may not be the case for everyone. It's just activity in general. So you don't have to force yourself to go someplace and run on a treadmill for 30 minutes. You just need to take a walk, get outside, get yourself involved in other activities that keep your body moving. We're also finding that weight training helps build a better metabolism to keep the weight off, and it helps keep you more functional later in life. Now, speaking of functional, one of the things that I hear a lot of people talk about with Planet Fitness is there's no free weights. Yes, that's true, but it's all no free weight on a straight bar, like an Olympic bench bar. And the reason for that, in my opinion, and through my own observations, is those exercises, when you think about squat, deadlift, bench with a barbell or a plate-loaded bar, can be the most dangerous exercises because the form is paramount to keep it right so that you don't injure yourself. And if you look at some of these modern articles or up-to-date articles on these types of exercises, They're starting to come out with these things that say, if you're over 50, here's the top 3 exercises to drop from your program. They're dangerous and they'll hurt your joints. And what are they? Flat bench, deadlift. You get me? So what I'm saying is Planet Fitness already saw some of this, didn't want the liability. And that's part of their business model. You know, you have to understand they're there to profit. They're not necessarily there to be the local community hero gym and the gym that sponsors bodybuilding competitions. They're there for the general population that want to get in shape, maybe try to stay a little healthier than they've been through the past few years, and get back into a body that they're more comfortable with. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that there may be disadvantages with some of the things that you find at Planet Fitness, but this is where I always use the word apprentice in some of my videos. And if you're a good apprentice, you learn how to use the equipment in front of you the right way. You can use everything in Planet Fitness and make gains. You can use everything in Planet Fitness and transform your body. You can use everything in Planet Fitness and be a competitive bodybuilder. I have friends that work out at Planet Fitness just to hit weak spots because they like some of the equipment there that gives them direct stimulation. Also, with the hours, as I mentioned earlier, the availability for them to get their cardio in is always there if they're up at an odd hour or they feel like they missed something earlier in the week and they want to make it up. So like I said, most of these guys belong to at least 2 gyms. I go to 2 different gyms and I rotate through at least 3 different Planet Fitnesses in my area. I also go to other gyms for day passes just to use other equipment and challenge myself in different ways. So we can't always look at Planet Fitness as the only gym there is out there for these things. I think any good bodybuilder will use multiple gyms. Another facet of Planet Fitness is there are only, I think, around 250 gyms owned by the company, meaning Planet Fitness LLC or whatever they're calling themselves. All the other over 2,200 gyms are franchise owned. And part of the franchise agreement is depending on traffic and how many members they have to switch out their equipment every 5 to 9 years. I don't know too many other private gyms that are under this commitment for themselves to make sure that their equipment is up to date and everything is mechanically correct and working. Planet Fitness also seems to fix a lot of their equipment in a timely fashion. They don't always rely on other companies to come in and do this. They actually train their staff to handle this. And speaking of staff, did you know that there's a thing called Planet Fitness University? Every person hired at Planet Fitness must at least complete a minimum requirement of courses. And they call them PFUs, Planet Fitness University. And depending on what your position is, these are the courses that you take online. And some of the pay raises you get are factored into this. So once you complete so many courses and you become more knowledgeable on the operations and the setup of the gym, you get more money. With all of this said, I think it's time that we recognize Planet Fitness as a key player in the industry and understand that this place can be used to change your body, to transform, do whatever you need to do as far as goals. There are ways to use the equipment once you become more knowledgeable where you will stimulate development and growth. You can still cut and lose body fat. That's more of the diet nutrition side. And if you look at their cardio equipment, they have more of a variety of things to use, so you never get bored. You can challenge yourself on multiple machines. Plus, what they're doing that I don't see a lot of gyms doing is they're introducing fitness to younger people. They offer a free teen summer where the ages of, I believe, 14 to 19 can actually work out for free from June 1st till the end of August. So this gets these younger people involved and off of their phones, off of their couch, out of their house. And it also promotes a little more collaboration, camaraderie, whatever you want to call it, so that these kids are talking with one another and comparing notes. I think that's a cool thing. And like I said, I don't think you find this in a lot of other gyms. So let's quit knocking Planet Fitness and wrap our arms around the idea that they're actually out there helping the community and maybe keeping more of our population fit than we think.